So everybody's been asking me like, how does this all work? Um, so let me explain it, how it all works. Okay, gang stalkers have access to neural monitoring. All right, that's just means it's on a website that they have the link to. Okay, so when they get the link to this website, they put their self on neural monitoring. I got a little notification. All right. So they put their self on neural monitoring. That means they know their location. They have access to the website. They put in their location and they scan their self in from the satellites, from the neural monitoring satellites. Okay, you could just scan yourself in just that easy by having the location. All right, so once they have their self on neural monitoring, um, then they're artificial telepathic. Right, that means um, they have the control panel to all the telepathy. Um, it's a neurological control panel to yourself. You have the control panel for the telepathy, for the EMF broadcasting. It shows your view from your. It shows your view, okay, from your mind, meaning what you see with your eyes, as well as what you imagine in your mind. All right, if you're dreaming, it still shows your view. It shows. It has a readout of your thoughts, your everything. If it's something to do with your neurological self and your senses, then the neural monitoring has that. All right, so they put their self on neural monitoring. That makes them artificial telepathic, but they have possession of their control panel, of their neural monitoring, like a profile. Just like, um, just imagine if somebody had your Facebook profile, all right, but it controlled everything to your neurological self, and they could use it as a weapon against you. Okay, so if they add people by location, if they know your location, then they can add you into the system. That would make you on remote. Okay, that's what they'll call it. They'll say we got him on remote. That means you're on remote neural monitoring. That means somebody else has added you without consent or without knowledge, and now you're on remote neural monitoring. So from there, they have your control panel. They can see your view, okay, your mind, everything that you see in your mind, everything you see with your eyes, everything you think, it's all there. Everything to do with your neurological self. They also can broadcast EMF waves around you to watch you off of. They can broadcast EMF waves to assault you with. They can broadcast hologram of you to some other place. Um, just like they do with their self. They broadcast the EMF holograms. They use the EMF headset to connect to these EMF holograms, and they can basically live virtually through these holograms because the system has this hologram broadcasters and they're controlling it with their mind. So they're feeling this artificial EEG back from the hologram. It's like a representation of themselves. They basically live virtually through these holograms. Okay, they can broadcast a hologram of a person that they have on remote neural monitoring as well. Um, a lot of what they do is orgies. They do mind control orgies on this EMF headset. Um, that means they connect to each other, right? And they can control the neurological sensors that they would like to share with each other, and they can connect to each other like that neurologically. There's some owls back here, um, but they can connect to each other neurologically, all right, and feel each other's senses, and they can control which senses that they want to share like that, okay? Because the neural monitoring decodes everything. It decodes your view, your mind, your thoughts, your senses, what you feel, what you think, everything. It decodes all of that. Okay, so on the neural monitoring, they can choose which settings they want to share with other people. So they use this EMF headset to connect to other people on neural monitoring, other gang stalkers, and they have what they call EMF fucking. All right, it's mind controlled sex where they connect to each other neurologically and they can feel each other's senses and they have sex like that. They can also broadcast the holograms and have virtual sex and get back the artificial EEGs from that. Okay, so it's like they can have virtual sex with holograms by just sitting there on this EMF headset. All right, they can add anybody they want to just by knowing your location. Okay, they can add their neighbors, they can add you, they can add your neighbors, they can add your brother and sister and your mama and daddy and make you think that everybody's involved. Your neighbors and your brother and your sister and everybody else, but it's not any of them. Okay, it's the whoever the gang stalker, probably your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend that has you on remote neural monitoring, all right, that added everybody around you to keep you confused. All right, because if they have somebody on neural monitoring, they can use their voice as the setting. So they have to be in the system to be in the system. You can't hear somebody that's not in the system unless like the president that has 1,000 videos out there that they can build a profile of how this person sounds and their like a profile of their English language or whatever language, okay, to build that profile. But otherwise they have to have that person on neural monitoring. It's not like they don't just record what you hear. It's not how it works. They don't record what you hear and make a voice setting out of that. I mean, it's probably possible, but it'd be limited. What they do is they add whoever you're close to neural monitoring. They just don't target them. So they just have them on neural monitoring without targeting them, just to have that profile to be able to use those settings against you, and also to know, if that person believes you when you tell them all this crazy stuff that's going on or whatever. They like to add everybody around the target person, whoever they're targeting. They'll add your mama and your friends and your brother and everybody else, um, just to be able to use that. I got guys Smiley the Gang Stalker hit me in the head with microwaves right this second. And the person that has possession of my neural monitoring gave him access to it. Their whole Gang Stalker crew. It's about 20 of them that I've been telepathic with that have had access to my neural monitoring. Okay, I mean, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I've been doing this for many, many months. All right, and I got thousands and thousands of SoundCloud recordings out there. I got a whole bunch of SoundCloud accounts where I explain it, where I record telepathic. I've got YouTube videos, couple hundred of them, and I've been doing this for a long time. All right, and I've been consistent with what I'm saying, and my understanding of it continues to get better, and I understand it more and more. So, um, if you've been following what I do and what I'm saying, then you know by now that I'm not a crazy person. I'm not schizophrenic or anything like that. It's not anything like that. I've had psychological evaluations because my family thought that I was going crazy, and what they found out is that I'm not crazy. Okay, I have no prescribed medications and no diagnosed uh, mental disorders, no schizophrenia or anything like that. All right, I had a whole panel of doctors, all unanimously agreed that there ain't nothing wrong with me. All right, I've been gang stalked, I've been wrecked in vehicles, I've been shot. Okay, these gang stalkers that I say it is, I promise it's really them. I swear to God, on my eternal place in the heavens and Jesus and everything else. I promise it is who I say it is, and it works exactly how I say it works. Okay, so that's how neural monitoring works. I'm going to put a nice little article up tonight too because I've been getting a lot of questions lately. If anybody wants to know, my name's Kevin Christian. I'm not a fake TI like a bunch of people try to say, but they're EMF gang stalkers. What they are. That's what they call themselves, EMF gang stalkers. Everything's EMF. They'd be like EMF. They swear they're so cool because they can broadcast all these holograms and mind control and everything through EMF. All right, that's the same thing if EMF waves read your EEG. All right, that's how it decodes. Everything works off of EMF waves. All right, I think these assaults, these EMF microwave assaults, are like they negatively charge the area around you, and then they hit you in a spot with the positive charge that they want to assault you in, right? And then it sucks in all the energy from around that area, from your area. You can see my videos on how they watch you off EMF waves, and you can see all kinds of stuff about it. But this video's running long. Check out my other stuff. I explain a lot about how it works. I know what I'm talking about. I'm certain of what I say. I don't, if I say it's a theory, it's a theory. All right, but if I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about. And I promise you, this is exactly how they do it. And it's all on a website that if we get that link to that website, it's over with. We can expose it, and the government will be paying every TI person, a whole bunch of millions of dollars, and all these gang stalkers go to prison, and probably be a lot of politicians and big heads at the corporations or whatever that's involved will be going to prison too. So that's what's going on. This is Kevin Christian. Holla.